Hello everybody, so today we are drilling our fodder beet crop. So if you saw the power harrowing video of probably a couple of weeks ago now, things have all gone a little bit out of sequence, but today we are back to drilling. I say back to because we have actually tried to drill last week. We drilled the headland and it was just a little bit too damp. If you saw the power harrowing video, I said what a lovely moist warm seed bed it was. It was a little bit too moist, and the moisture in the soil was stopping on the drill. There is the back wheels, because it was so damp, the soil was damp, and these back wheels wouldn't turn, and they were just running in, sticking to the moist soil, and just ploughing little trenches and not burying the seed, not covering the seed properly. So what we had to do, we had to pull out. We went silage making. That's all finished now, and it's actually 6 days ago today that we drilled the headland, and it's coming up already. Okay, so here we are, our 6-day-old seeds. Little tiny. So they were planted straight into the moisture. We've not had any rain on them, obviously because we've been silaging, but you can see the moisture down there. And it was that excess moisture that's made these grow, is what was causing our problems during the drilling. So if we go across to where we finished, okay, so here's a row here, and this row, you might not see, but it is there's a little trench. Okay, so this seed is grown, and there's one here uncovered still, and that's what we had to avoid. That's what we had to pull out, because it wasn't burying all the seeds. It was just creating little channels, which don't really show on the camera, but they are there. Obviously that one got buried and he's grown. There's another one there. He was just left on top of the soil, so we'll bury him, and he'll come up in his own time. So as ever, using the 35, and hopefully by now you've seen the video of where we updated our drill or extended our drill. So we're now 6 rows, and went into all the details of that on a previous video. You can go back and watch that if you haven't already seen it. And for the first time in a long time, we are drilling on row crops. So on the previous drill we were straddling 3 rows. With this new rearranged setup, we've got to straddle 4 rows. And we just couldn't get the wheels narrow enough to straddle 2 rows to run here. What we do here. So we had to straddle 4 rows. We are on the widest track setting at the back, and the front is set to match it. These actually would go out another hole if we needed to, but they're by setting them there, turning the wheels inside out backwards. We are all running perfectly in line, and are not running on any soil that the seed is going into, which is good. Okay, so like I said, we drilled the headland last week, so we've finished the headland, gone up and down a few times. We're just gonna put a bit more seed in. What we got 4 boxes of seed left. That might all go in now. We might save a box and put that in last. Right, so here is our seed. Okay, so I've covered the seed in previous videos. We'll go through it again. So beet seed in its natural state will not flow through a drill. It's all wrinkly and knobbly. So what they do, they pellet it in clay, and the pink stuff is a seed treatment. And every one of these seeds is exactly the same size, because the clay makes it round and smooth, and it needs to be like that to go through the metering system and get our correct seed space in. So that is why they look, they are one of the few seeds that you can't drill without some what's the word, kind of making them a bit uniform. So any cereals or grass are all, they're all the same size, same shape, you can deal with them. These just wouldn't flow. So like this, it just runs through nicely. So the variety for this year, we're planting Blaze. I did go in the harvesting video, I did go into the fact that we planted a different variety last year. Weren't that happy with it. We have grown Blaze before, actually in this field. In 2016 was the last time we grew Blaze. It's very distinctive in that it will produce later in the season a very red root. So you'll see all that when we get the harvest in. So the seed comes in 1 acre packs, which is 50,000 seeds per acre. It's all grown and processed in France, and for the French to put stuff in acre packs is a bit strange, but there we are. You know, we prefer it in acres because hectares don't exist around here. We don't do metrication. So there we go, all finished, done the whole, got over the whole field. Very pleased with our new, or refurbished, or extended, our new 6-row drill, our extended drill. It's gone very well. Our homemade coulter has held up. He didn't fall apart, so pleased with that. Tractor went well, but there's a little issue, and we were losing a little tiny bit of water on the head gasket. So this will now go back to its original wheels, push the axles back in, and then just in here we're just bubbling very slightly, a little bit of water out. So that will have to go into that will become an upcoming Vintage Thursday video of putting a new head gasket in. And I got a leak on the fuel pump. We'll try and sort that as well while it's in the shed. So there we go. So same as always, we will come back a couple of times through the year, check on how the crop is doing. We don't put fertilizer on, so it's been drilled now. This will be sprayed a couple of times, and then the next thing after that will be harvest. So we don't fertilize it. It takes all the nutrients it needs from the soil and the slurry and the manure it's had before it was ploughed. So we are very late drilling. I did say in a video, I'm not sure which video it was now, I did say that fodder beet is a very tolerant crop of all kinds of weathers and drilling date and harvest. We will see come harvest time what effect this late drilling has had, if any. So there we go. So it just leaves me to say thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.